and welcome to Shlime Reviews. I'm Shlime, and today I'm opening a package from Slime Fantasies. So I do have two announcements to make, but first I just want to say if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment too if you like this content. So the first announcement is I'm not going to put my face in all my videos. I just want to say that now. It's going to be just for when I have announcements really, or like it's a special. So yeah, just want to say that. The second announcement is I am going back to my old setup for one more video because I do open packages as soon as they get here. I got pushed back with my videos because of the holiday specials, and I had one more video to post with the kitchen countertop, so I'm so sorry, but one more video and then it's over. Trust me, I'm a little sad about it too, but this is a good review. This is a needed review. Also, I'm gonna have links down to Slime Fantasies shop along with their Instagram, even though they don't really use their Instagram. And before I forget, I just wanna say Happy New Year! We made it through 2020. Who knows what 2021 has in store, but I'm really glad I got to start this channel this year. This is awesome. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great new year, and I will see you next Tuesday in 2021. Without further ado, let's get right into this Shlime review. This got here in 3 days, which is amazing. I did not expect this package to get here so quickly. When you open the box, you see a goodie bag with their business card, along with some care instructions inside of it, some activator dust. I love the type of packaging they used for it. It's very beautiful and holographic, along with a fancy truffle, which sadly was melted when it arrived, but that was super kind of them to include such a fancy candy. They also included some random supplies, some shiny, torn plastic bits. I don't know what you would exactly call that, but that was kind of them. So they had a bit of tissue paper, and all of the slimes were nicely bubble wrapped, which I definitely appreciated. So I ordered 9 slimes from this shop, the first being fried churro cheesecake. I also ordered lavender butter, garlic bread, strawberry cheesecake, marshmallow fluff. And at this point after, I got a little confused because for one, I was missing a slime completely. And then second, I ordered a do-it-yourself kit where you make a shake, and it came with 3 different flavors of shake, but all I got was the base, which was super confusing. This did also include a free slime, but I was just really thrown off when I only had the base for the do-it-yourself kit. So shortly after, we looked on their website, and apparently the cheapest option was to get just the base. Like, they didn't even have an option to get the whipped topping or the sprinkles and charms, everything that they showed on the picture for the listing. So that was disappointing. This mostly just seemed like little pudding cups, but we can talk more about that later. They did apologize for the other missing slime, and I received that as well, so that will also be included at the end of this review. But yeah, it was an interesting start to this package. I hope that you guys enjoy. I will be reviewing 10 slimes total from this shop. The first slime we're going to look at is the free sample they included. I want to say that this is a butter slime. They included these little sprinkles, and it also had a plastic snow in it, so it made an interesting texture. I believe that the scent was supposed to be sugar cookies. I sort of smell a sugar cookie scent, but it also just has a different savory scent. It's confusing because I feel like it is supposed to be a cookie. But for a free sample, this was very kind of them to include. I want to say this is around like a 2 ounce, maybe 2.5. A little bit of a wet feel. It was spreadable and holdable. For some reason, I didn't get a shot of it in the container afterward, but this does inflate a little bit. And yeah, not a bad free sample. If I had to rate this slime, just because it is a bit wetter than I would have thought, and the scent is 100%, I would definitely give this slime a 9 out of 10 slime. The next slime we're going to look at is Marshmallow Fluff. This is like a marshmallow slime. It's very soft and squishy. This also has a slight wet feel, but it's very soft, like I said, and it's easy to stretch. It's not sticky at all. After smelling this one, and I believe the sugar cookie sample, I'm starting to realize that Slime Fantasies, their sweet scents are a little savory, if that makes sense. I don't know how to explain that properly, but I just felt like this should have been a bit of a sweeter smell for it to be marshmallow scented. It had like a, I don't know, like a savory bit to it. It wasn't very sweet. It's difficult to describe, but I'm realizing that their sweet scents aren't really a sweet scent. Maybe someone else would disagree with me. I would love to have someone else maybe comment in the section if you have a different experience. But it was a beautiful white color. It definitely resembles marshmallow cream. It gives some nice sizzles, and you know, it's relaxing to play with, also holdable. I did try to inflate this and it didn't really inflate too much, but overall it was a relaxing slime to play with. I just kind of wish that the scent was sweeter and that it inflated a little more. So for Marshmallow Fluff, because the scent wasn't 100% for me, I'm gonna fault it a little bit. So this is gonna get a 9 out of 10 slime. The next slime we're gonna look at is Strawberry Cheesecake. This was a layered butter floam, and it seriously looks like cheesecake when you mix it. It just looks gorgeous. The floam beads honestly remind me a little more of like a cherry, but it's still a beautiful aesthetic. It definitely reminds me of a cheesecake. And this does mix into a butter texture with floam beads in it. It turns into a pretty light red color. So as I said before, their sweet scents are a little bit on the savory side. This also mostly just smelled like strawberries. Their scent was listed as a fresh strawberry cheesecake, but again, it's just like a strawberry scent and it's pretty strong. It just doesn't have a fully sweetness to it. The texture is very soft and buttery. I honestly really enjoyed this texture a lot. And the scent isn't bad. Like, I'm not saying it like the scent's awful because it's not super sweet, but it's just not what I expected it to be. Overall though, I really enjoyed this slime. It was very relaxing to play with. It was also holdable and spreadable. It inflated a little bit, but yeah, Slime Fantasy slimes don't inflate too easy. Granted, you know, this is like an older video, so I'm not that great at inflating, but I was definitely getting better by this point, and I was disappointed to see that these do not inflate very easily for being butter textures. So for Strawberry Cheesecake, just because the scent didn't smell like a strawberry cheesecake, I'm gonna fault this a little bit, so I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 slime. The next slime we're gonna look at is garlic bread. I was very excited to try this slime. I love that it had this fake seasoning on top, I believe like parsley, and it seriously looked and smelled like garlic bread right away. The snow fizz on top gave a realistic buttered look, and the scent was just so strong and exactly like garlic bread. This is a layered butter snow fizz, and I was honestly just so in love with this. It was gorgeous, and I love that I got to mix this as well. The snow fizz on top was just so crunchy, and the butter texture was again wet, so their butter textures do have a bit of a wet feel to it, but it's not too bad. Once you add the fake little seasoning on top, it looks that much more like garlic bread. It is just so cute, and the scent again is amazing. Their sweet scents, I'm not a huge fan of, but this savory scent is spot on. I highly recommend it if you like savory scents, especially garlic bread. But it is strong, so I just want to point that out. But this was just very fun to mix together. When it mixes, it looks more like a garlic dough, and it's probably just because I smell a lot of it, and it does have the plastic snow in it as well, to make it look more like it has a texture with the seasoning. It was just a really cool slime, and I actually really enjoyed this one a lot. But again, Slime Fantasy slimes, their butter textures, I don't know what it is. I have not been able to inflate these that well. This was another struggle. It definitely feels like it inflates, but then it just doesn't. So maybe that was just me at the time not inflating that well, but this, yeah, it was difficult, but that was my only complaint about this. It was also spreadable and holdable, just like the other ones. They're very similar. So for garlic bread, I'm gonna get over the fact it doesn't inflate easily and give this a beautiful 10 out of 10 Shlime. The next slime we're gonna look at is Aromatherapy Lavender Butter. I was so excited for this because I just love lavender. And this is a gorgeous lavender color. And right when you open it, you just smell a delicious lavender scent. This is another butter texture, and it does have a tiny bit of a wet feel like the others, but it's really not that bad, and this was very smooth. This was the first full butter texture I played with from this order, and it was very relaxing. Again, smooth, it was easy to stretch, it was spreadable and holdable. I really enjoyed this slime. I feel like it's difficult to go wrong with a aromatherapy oil scent. Like peppermint's always easy. This lavender smells just like I have a lavender oil. It was very relaxing, and if you enjoy aromatherapy and butter slimes, you would love this. I know they have bundles with a lot of other aromatherapy slimes, and I really wanted to try those as well. I highly recommend it again if you enjoy stuff like that. Didn't inflate that much again. I'm starting to realize that that's just how their slimes are, and yeah. Overall, I really enjoyed this slime. It's perfect for traveling and if you're stressed out, and yeah, you can't go wrong with a butter slime mixed with aromatherapy. That's just such a brilliant idea. So for lavender butter, that is a beautiful 10 out of 10 Shlime. The next slime we're gonna look at is fried churro cheesecake. This is a layered butter snow fizz similar to garlic bread. This also came with some what's supposed to be like churro sugar with cinnamon, but I really didn't know what that actually was that I put in the slime. This looks very realistic though. It definitely looks like there's some churro and cheesecake in here. Again, there's a little bit of a wet feel. It looked a lot like a churro cheesecake. The only thing I can say is that I barely smelled anything from this slime. It had like a light cheese scent. No churro, no cinnamon. It was unfortunate because I feel like that would have been a really delicious scent, but either way, this slime was very beautiful and it was fun to mix together. I love when I watch layered slimes blend, and I really enjoy the texture when there's butter with some plastic snow in it. That's something that I'm starting to really enjoy. It was still a relaxing texture with it being holdable. But yeah, my biggest issue with this slime, I was just very disappointed that I hardly smelled anything. This should have been a packed scent full of just delicious cinnamon and churros. Their scent was listed as Churro Cheesecake, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of their sweet scents, you know? I tried these all with a very open mind, but that was just one thing that I noticed with all of them, all of the sweet ones, because their savory scents were very good. This stretched easily, and yeah, there wasn't too much to say. This was very similar to garlic bread. So for fried cheesecake, although it was similar to garlic bread, the scent was just so not there. I was very disappointed, so I'm gonna fault this a bit more and give this an 8 out of 10 Shlime. Moving on to the one slime that they did not include with my order. I got this package pretty soon after we did reach out, so they were definitely on helping with their mistake. And I did appreciate that a lot. It came with some candy, card, and some more activator. That was very nice of them. So the one slime that they did not include that they sent was frozen dragon fruit. And this was actually the one I was like most excited about. So I'm very happy that I eventually got it. The color is so beautiful for this. So I can't say again how gorgeous this color is. It really pops on camera and even in person. It's just so, so beautiful. I love that they add these little black bits into it to make it look more like a dragon fruit. The texture is very crunchy. I love the plastic snow ratio they added into this. It's not too thick, but very satisfying. This was my favorite slime, I believe, from this order just because of the color with the texture. The scent was a little disappointing, but I just really enjoyed the texture so much that it just didn't matter. It was so gorgeous and it fluffed up a good amount. I think that this inflated the easiest out of all the textures. But so for the scent, they listed a blend, and I barely smell anything. But let me read off what they listed. So it's supposed to be pineapples, mango, coconut, and orange. Sounds delicious, but I barely smell anything. There's a very, very light tropical scent, but you have to put it up to your nose to even get that. That part was definitely disappointing, but again, this slime is just so beautiful. The fact that they call it a frozen dragon fruit is perfect because even when you drizzle it down, it just looks like it is frozen. And it's just very beautiful again. I can't stop saying that. It was my favorite from the order, and I highly recommend this slime, even with the light scent, just because the texture was just very nice. I believe that this is a bestseller, too, from their shop. So for frozen dragon fruit, although the scent was light, I'm going to let it pass this time because I really love the color and texture so much. So this gets a beautiful 10 out of 10 Shlime. Now moving on to our pudding cups. They did have it stated on their listing that this is a thickie. So I guess I'm supposed to assume that it's a thickie base without the whipped topping or the sprinkles or anything. I'm a little upset about that still. I wish that if they were just gonna have glossy bases, they would have just made a separate listing for it. It's very confusing. I'm sure I'm not the first person to have that issue, but I can only blame myself, right? Because I didn't read it correctly. But anyways, let's look at these bases. We're gonna start with white chocolate. This is a very glossy base. It stretches very well. It gives good clicks. It's pretty thick, but not too thick. Yeah, it doesn't really tear when I stretch it. The color has an off-white, which is perfect for white chocolate. And I don't know, I guess I'm not a fan of white chocolate in general, just the scent. Because this scent I was not a fan of either. There was no sweetness to it. It just smelled a little funny, but again, that could have just been because it was white chocolate and I just don't really like white chocolate. This was a simple, thick and glossy base, but it was good. I just, again, wish I could have added some fancy shake add-ins to this along with a clay topping, but even without that, this was a good glossy base. I'm not gonna lie. So for white chocolate, I am going to let the scent pass because it could just be my biased opinion. So I'm just gonna give this a beautiful 10 out of 10 Shlime. So the next slime we're gonna look at is the chocolate chip mocha. This is another gorgeous glossy base. It has a blend of chocolate mocha, which is actually delicious. I think that this is the best sweet scent I've had from this order. This one was a bit thicker because it would tear when I stretched it, but it was still stretchable and I was able to fluff this up. And I love the clicky textures that they both have. The color resembles chocolate very much, along with the scent. And yeah, this was another good thick and glossy base, but so I just pulled this out because I do like to look at my slimes while I talk about them. And I'm looking at it and it's completely melted, completely. And I've had this slime for what, about maybe 2 months. I personally have never had a thick and glossy base melt this much. I wish I could show you guys right now, but it's just watery and I'm honestly very disappointed. I will eventually post this on my Instagram if you guys want to follow me there because the white chocolate was not this melted and I'm very, very surprised. So not only am I disappointed with how they listed this, but also this one thick and glossy texture melted. So yeah. So for chocolate chip mocha, I definitely have to fault it now that I see it completely melted. So I'm just gonna give this a 7 out of 10 Shlime. So the last slime we're gonna look at is the strawberry base. I love the color for this one. It's actually very gorgeous. This strawberry scent reminds me exactly of the strawberry cheesecake. So now I know I'm not crazy. It just smells like strawberry. The strawberry cheesecake just smells like strawberry. This smells like strawberry too, but again, they both do not have a sweet strawberry scent. It's just a strawberry. I don't know how to describe it. It's just not very sweet. And this texture was the most activated of all 3 of the pudding cups. This one definitely tore more and it was very difficult to play with. I wasn't happy with this slime when I tried to play with it. Looking at my slime now, it's not melted like the chocolate chip mocha. So chocolate chip mocha is the only one that melted. This strawberry one is also good for sitting for, 2 months. And yeah, this one wasn't awful. I just couldn't really stretch this or inflate it. It was difficult to play with. So after I review this slime, I'm going to do a pudding smoothie. I will make a Neapolitan mixture. Yeah, I don't know guys, I was very disappointed. And if you're gonna include a base to a do-it-yourself kit, I would hope that the base is perfect enough that you don't need the clay piece. This one was definitely disappointing. So for strawberry, with the overactivated texture and the somewhat off-putting strawberry scent, I'm going to fault this and give it an 8 out of 10 Shlime. That's basically it for this review, but I am going to still do my outro after this little pudding smoothie mixture. I know I kept complaining about how unhappy I was with the listing, but I'm not going to lie guys, I thought that this shop was going to be a little bit, I don't want to say better, but I had a lot of issues with this shop for it being, you know, a bigger shop. But I cannot lie, mixing this little Neapolitan smoothie was really fun. And the scents do blend fairly well. I mostly just smelled chocolate and strawberries after, which is delicious. And yeah, I just definitely had to mix some of that strawberry up because it was just so activated. And now my chocolate is so melted. I have so much mixed feelings about some of these slimes, but yeah, I know you guys have your opinions and I have my opinions. If you feel differently, definitely let me know in the comment section. I'm going to let some of this ASMR play out and then do my outro. Thank you guys so much for watching my video, and check out more of Slime Fantasies. If you like butter slimes and savory scents, their savory scents are so good, and their aromatherapy scents are really good. I highly recommend checking that out. I will have a link to their shop down in my description. Also, I will have a link to their Instagram as well, but I realized that they're really not active on Instagram at all, which was a little off-putting as well. I'm not sure if I'm gonna try this shop again in the future. I had quite a bit of issues with it, but yeah, let me know what you think if you have a different experience again. Also, if you're curious, I'm on Instagram too, so follow me if you want to see daily slimes and just slimes. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in next Tuesday's video. Thank you!